What's good, peeps? Thanks as always for passing by the channel. Much appreciated. Hit that subscribe button if you guys are new. All right, so I'm guessing we've all heard the news that Zab Judah is in a coma, fighting for his life. Former world champion Zab Judah, who had a fight, I think 2 days ago. I think it was 2 days ago now, against, I can't remember the guy's name. I think the guy's name is Kalitas Seldon. The fight got stopped in the 11th round. Zab Judah lost. He was fine initially after the fight, but then collapsed, I think 24 hours or so later. And they say it's life-threatening, that he's in a coma. Fingers crossed, almost like Adonis Stevenson, that he can pull through. And not just pull through, but pull through and still be, I don't know, still be coherent, right? Still talk, still be able to walk on his feet and do the things that he does. Sad. It's sad, this sport of boxing. Zab Judah's 41 and still fighting, right? Still fighting. Still, like many of these boxers out there that fight until these crazy ages, still delusional and thinking that there's one more run at 41, thinking that you can still, beat this guy and then, you know what, maybe have a couple more, and then you never know, right? I've still got the name, I've still got a bit of pulling power. The Zona here now offering crazy money. You know what? I might get that last big paycheck, because that's what he's fighting for. He's not fighting for anything else other than money, because like a lot of boxers, he squandered his money. Zab Judah made millions. Was in huge fights. Let's not forget Costa Zoo, Miguel Cotto, Madison Square Garden, one of the best fights I've ever seen. Floyd Mayweather. He's been in big fights, even recent times. I say recent. They feel like recent because he's been a bit inactive. But Danny Garcia, Amir Khan, he's made his money. He's made his money, but that money's gone. And Zab Judah, like a lot of fucking boxers, thinks it's okay to continue fighting at 41. They think it's okay to license him to fight at 41. And in this most recent fight, I read something like Zab Judah got hit 300 times on the head. 300 fucking times on their head. Right? I don't know if there were jabs, I don't know if there were power shots, but regardless, 300 times Zab Judah got hit on the head. And his corner didn't think, you know what, it's enough, we've seen enough. But you know what, they didn't want to stop, because if they stop and Zab loses, then obviously that dream is over. That dream of earning that last lottery ticket, that last big fight is done. So they let the fight continue, and here we are now. And look, I get this could happen to anyone. This could happen to a young, healthy man. I get all that stuff, but it's more likely to happen to someone that's been in a number of brutal fights over the years and who is older. Fact. Zab Judah has been in a number of tough fights over the years. And as you get older, your defensive skills, everything that he was known for, that speed, that agility slows down, and you start taking shots. And Zab Judah took a lot of shots that night. And unfortunately, this is the consequences of it. All. It's just sad, if I'm honest with you. Just sad. You know what it is? It's more sad. It's more sad, and this is just boxing, isn't it? It's just boxing. Boxing is that sport. But it's more sad to see these guys that were right here, right at the top of their game, earning millions, living that life, and to see them now taking fights, chasing money. That's the saddest part of all of this. That's the saddest part of all the story for me. And that's why I get so upset, and everyone says, Ade, calm down, but I won't calm down. I get so upset when I see these kids, like an Adrian Broner. Broner is Zab Judah. Someone with all the talent, and you feel like someone that's going to squander their money. You can see it. I mean, social media allows us to kind of almost get into their life. Yes, it's only a portion of the life, but we're allowed to get into a bit of it. And you can see them squandering their money and then almost having to chase it back like Zab's doing. Chase it back. Get that last fight. Thinking, you know what? This is it. I've got a last opportunity. Boxers are so delusional, right? So delusional. And this is Zab now. This is the situation he put himself in, where the money ran out. It ran out. And you start chasing the fights, right? You start taking fights you really shouldn't take. Like against this guy, a puncher. And you get hit 300 fucking times. And now you're in a coma fighting for your life. There was a time when I actually thought Zab could be as good as anyone. I'm not joking. I thought Zab had absolutely everything. I mean, he was a southpaw as well. fast, could move, could hit, and could really hit, and had that aggression, right? That street aggression. But then the street life. I mean, I go into YouTube. So how many videos you'll see of Zab having fights? I mean, dice games that turn into fucking shootouts. Boy, no. Fingers crossed he pulls through. But this should be a lesson to all those young boxers that this isn't a game. You know what I mean, this boxing thing ain't a game. Take it seriously. Take it seriously. I mean, look after your money. Really do. Because you shouldn't be at 41 trying to chase a money fight. Look after your money. You've got a small window. I think a lot of these young boxers maybe confuse what Mayweather did or maybe Bernard Hopkins, where they can fight into their 40s and 50s and still make great money. No, doesn't work like that. Most people, it's done at 32, 33. It's done. You're no longer what you thought you were. It's a very, very, very short, unforgiving career choice. Unforgiving. Boxing normally retires boxers. Very rare do boxers retire from boxing, faculties in place, and a fantastic bank balance. Doesn't happen. So the ones that do, the few that do, learn from them. Man, sad. But they need to look at a lot of things in boxing. Medicals prior to fights have to be more stringent. The tests that are done after fights have to be a lot more stringent. How many times have we heard this where someone seems to be okay, they go home, they're okay, they're coherent, then they collapse? And you just wonder, are the tests after fights, especially brutal fights, are they enough? Is enough being done to kind of see this before it happens? I don't know. Boy, prayers up for Zab. Prayers up.